Hi, it's Andrea. Welcome to the Mainstream Reiki YouTube channel where we cover all sorts of topics related to Reiki. I wanted to make this quick video today about Reiki scams. Unfortunately, there are people out there and they want to take advantage of us. If this video helps one person not fall for a scam, it'll be worth it. I'm going to talk about two main scams in this video. The first one I fell for at the beginning, but luckily I got my money back. I've since talked to two other practitioners who fell for it too, and they put a lot of money down. They lost a lot of money. They didn't get it back. So let's explain how this works. I received a phone call one day, and the woman on the other end said that she worked for an agency that helped businesses like mine advertise and get great clientele. She knew all about my website and she had been there. She talked me all up and she was very complimentary and gave a big sales pitch about how they publish these service provider guides and they distribute them. In my case, she said to four of these really big country clubs in the surrounding area where I live. She explained that the reason behind it was they would have categories in the book for service providers, and I could have a full page color ad that they would even design for me. And so all these wealthy people at the country clubs would see my ad and want to come to my business. Well, I was reluctant and skeptical, as I usually am about these things, and so I wasn't going to fall for anything. So I kept talking to her and asking some questions. She even went so far to say that they had distributed questionnaires throughout the country clubs and they had asked for the members to list their favorite wellness practitioners. And she even told me that my name came in number one amongst all of the people who responded to their survey. Again, really buttering me up and letting me know that I was just such a great asset to the community and that they already loved me, but if this directory could be at their fingertips all the time and also spread through the entire country club system, my business was certainly going to improve. She tried to sell me a full page ad and told me it would be $800 or $1,000, something like that. I, of course, balked at that. That just sounded crazy. But she again went at me about how the thousands and thousands and thousands of people would see this and the exposure would most certainly be huge for me and it would translate to huge success for me. Later, she ended up lowering the price because I wasn't falling for it that easily to $500. So I went ahead and gave her my credit card information and we made plans for their graphic design department to go to work. I got off the phone with her, and then as I was driving home, it just didn't feel right to me. Something was off. So immediately I called a friend of mine who is a member at one of those country clubs. I asked her about the survey that the lady had told me about. She said she knew nothing about it. I thought, uh-oh, red flag. My next phone call was a different country club where I contacted the business office. She, of course, told me, just like I feared, that there was no such survey ever conducted, and she told me that sometimes they get these full color booklets, but all they are is just full of advertising. She says they don't even put them out, they go right in the trash. So with that, I knew I'd been had. It couldn't have been 2 hours after I said yes to this agreement that I was back on the phone with these people, demanding my money back, and that I was not going to proceed. They didn't make it easy, and I had to go up the chain of command. There were several phone calls over a few different days. It was really stressful. They tried pressuring me and saying that I had agreed to this and that it was too late. And the thing that seemed to get them to agree with refunding my money in full was when I told them about what the lady had said about distributing a survey where members had listed my name. I knew it wasn't true, and I told him that I called and followed up, and I knew it wasn't true. With that, they finally did refund my money in full, and I learned a big lesson. A couple weeks ago, I was talking to some other Reiki practitioners who don't live in my area. Both of these people had fallen for a very similar scam. One of them was out $1,000, and her ads had been promised to be shown to all of these wealthy people visiting vacation resorts near where she lived. After spending $1,000 and the time and energy to get her ad the way she wanted it, she received zero calls. After it was such a complete flop, the company even asked her to give them more money so that they could run her ad in even more publications at different resorts. It's a great thing she didn't follow through with that, and that was a huge lesson for her to learn. The other practitioner lost out about $300. So please be aware of getting phone calls and trying to be pressured into buying these ads in these wellness guides or whatever they want to call them that are targeting people in country clubs or resorts and things like that. The second scam I want to bring to your attention is something that's happened to me from time to time. And I've never fallen for it. And to be honest, I'm not really sure what the scam is, but it's scammy nonetheless. Anyway, what happens is never through a phone call. It's always through text or email. Someone will contact me and they'll ask if I take charge cards. That's pretty early in the conversation. And also, they'll want to bring multiple people in for multiple appointments. It's pretty clear to me they don't even understand how Reiki treatments work. In any event, the thing in common with all of these times that I've been approached is the idea that I need to take charge cards and the idea that I need to see several people for Reiki, and not just once, but on multiple occasions. And I believe that is because they want to build up a large bill that they might owe me and then pay me by charge card. Of course, they never have any intention of coming. I think what happens is somehow they try to get money out of the charge card transaction. I don't really know, but when I tell them to go to my website and book online, they just won't do any of that stuff. Also, the big red flag is punctuation is usually off, but I have been approached with very well written texts and even them saying that they were referred to me by a common name. So, but I looked in my client list and I didn't have a client by that name. So just be aware. Be aware that people are out there looking for ways to get your money, ways to dupe you into scamming their charge card company or whatever it is. And I think they want you to send them a check or something instead of refunding their card. Again, I'm not really clear, but just don't go there. Don't deal with these people. If it seems fishy, it probably is. I also know massage therapists that have been approached in this way as well. It's tough though because we want to help people as Reiki practitioners, and I don't know about you, but I always tend to see the good in everyone. I always trust everyone until they show me that I maybe shouldn't trust them. So when we want to help people, when we have open hearts, we usually want to give people the benefit of the doubt and think the best of them. But when it comes to business, we've got to really be on the alert and look for things like this. I hope that this video has been helpful and that if you didn't know about these scams, that you have something to keep your eyes out for to protect your business and your bank account. So you can put that money towards attracting clients in other ways with much better results, of course. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I'd invite you to consider it. Until next time, I wish you the highest of Reiki blessings.